Headlining this month's episode of Rookie Card Hobby News is Will Fanatics try to take over the Upper Deck NHL license? I believe they're trying to get their foot in the door. Let's talk about it. You ready? Then let's do it. Well, hello and welcome, rookie card collecting friends. My name is Victor, and welcome back to the channel. This past week, I got an email notification telling me that my stats on my website were booming. Upon investigation, as I looked into the analytics, it was showing me this article that I wrote on April 18th, 2021, talking about the true rookie cards of Alex Ovechkin. And wouldn't you know it, with him breaking Wayne Gretzky's record this week, congratulations to Alex Ovechkin. Congratulations to all of the hockey card collectors of him. But this is a pretty popular article going on right now that I wrote. And it basically, we're looking at all of the true rookie cards of Alex Ovechkin. As in typical fashion, I give images of both front and back of the cards, and I give a short little write-up, basically telling you about parallels and any other pertinent information. But here, we look at very nice display here of all of his rookie cards, and man, did I fall short picking some of these up. I wanted to pick some of these up. I was very motivated to pick some of these up, but quickly got distracted. I can only imagine what these cards are going to be going for in the very near future. I don't know if the record is already baked into the prices. I haven't looked at the market yet, but he has a nice, I want to say maybe 25 cards total of rookie cards, but they are absolutely gorgeous. Some of these are just fabulous. This one here, probably one of my favorites here. I just love the SP Authentic brand. Another one that I like is the this one here, the SPX. I mean, how do you not appreciate that? The ever popular Cup rookie card. I can only imagine what this thing's going for. Serial number to 99, rookie patch auto type of deal. What a monster card there. And as I just scroll, taking a look at some of those, you can feel free to check this out. I will leave a link to this article down below. I'm also going to go ahead and keep going with some of the news here. We're going to go, I'm just going to share the screen with you here, and we'll just go through this week's topics of the current happenings on the rookie card. And here's something very interesting that I made a footnote of. Fanatics Hockey, question mark, 2024-25 eminent product are photos with a card vibe. Here we see Fanatics releasing a hockey card product, an official hockey card product, and they are images. These are basically 8x10 photos that are autographed. And here we see here in this line right here, I found very interesting. The product is NHL and NHLPA licensed and branded with an eminent logo on the back. Interesting. That is, to me, the way I read that is, Fanatics getting their foot in the door. It goes on to say that they are printed on photo stock, not cardboard, which is right. There's the gray area, the loophole. That's what we don't look to comply. We look for loopholes. I've said that over and over again about card manufacturers, and that's their in, right? It's not a card, it's a photo. And Fanatics says they're printed on photo stock, not cardboard. And unlike cards, the backs don't contain any player stats or bios. Here, see if we can take a look. Here's the back of the card here. And that's what they're going to look like. Here's your logos, officially licensed product, serial numbered. They come complete with parallels and the like. We have orange, blue, red, and one of one. So interesting stuff going on here in the Fanatics world and the NHL world. Wondering what hockey fans out there. I am not a hockey collector, so I don't know what the vibe is amongst the community. I would love to know in the comments down below if you are a hockey card collector. How is the hockey community looking at this product? And what does the hockey community think of Fanatics uh, trying to get their foot in the door? I guess let's call it what it is. And it's just, to me, it seems like Thanos, right? They're trying to get them Infinity Stones and NHL hockey, perhaps on the radar for Fanatics. So moving on, let's move on to another piece of news that broke this past week, and that is Panini Immaculate NBA arrives in time for the playoffs. I have no problem with that. Immaculate is a fantastic high-end product. This stuff here is just next level stuff. Uh, the only grievance that I have here is that we're coming towards the end of the 24-25 season. The playoffs are just right around the corner as we're nearing the end of the season. And this is a 2023-2024 product. And it's like we continue to release these products. And it's getting old news anymore, and I just wish they would stop doing this. This, I feel, is going to be a potential problem, and they're smart to do it here with Immaculate because Immaculate's going to be a good seller, and they probably know that. But it's just here we are a year later. We're still releasing this type of product. I wish the Players Association would step in and put limits on this stuff for all the licenses, all the sports. You only have a certain window to release this product, and we have to move on. The consumer frustration in all of this, as we're already thinking of this current rookie class, and now of course, Victor Wembanyama, he doesn't have an autograph card in there, but he does have a rookie patch card in the set. Wembanyama's damn near in his second complete season in the NBA, and we're still releasing rookie cards of him. It just does not make sense. Manufacturers, please stop doing these types of things. Moving on, we have Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders signing exclusive autograph trading card deals with Panini. This is a very interesting set of news because and it's okay because technically speaking, Panini still has the license for this coming up NFL season. These guys haven't been drafted yet, but the draft is right around the corner, and they're figured to go in the top 5 somewhere. These two players, and uh, pretty aggressive move, pretty smart move of Panini grabbing these guys and bringing them on Team Panini. Even though litigation is still going on, but I just wonder how this is going to work out long run. I wonder if these players actually know what's going on within the legal battle that's going on between Fanatics and Panini. I wonder, what that's going to look like after this year, after they officially lose the license. What's going to happen with these kind of players now? Now they're not going to, if they stay with Panini, which I believe if it's an exclusive contract, those are usually multi-year deals. So now, come 2026, we can't expect Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders. We can't expect to find him in Fanatics product because they have an exclusive deal with Panini. So it seems like Fanatics and Panini are going to be swapping, right? And that's just the unfortunate side of all of this. And I hope this thing, as far as the legality side of things, I hope it gets resolved sooner than later, because now we're going to have, from what it seems like, Panini's going to be making the unlicensed pajama cards for NFL and NBA, and then Fanatics will be making. But then we'll have certain players that are exclusive over here and other players exclusive on this side of the ring. And that's the part that just gets confusing and frustrating within the hobby. I hope that better heads will prevail for the sake of the hobby when it comes to this type of stuff. Very quickly here, we're going to move on to another piece of news that I feel affects rookie cards, and that is PSA announcing new turnaround times. They've gone from 45 days to 65 days now, and that's business days. So we can actually, you're looking more like 90 days. And um, you have the grades, or the cost of grading for TCG is going up $2. They're going to go up from 16.99 a card up to 18.99 a card. And it really does seem like PSA is trying to discourage collectors from sending in more product by raising prices, by extending lead times. And to me, they should just, I forget where I heard it, but I agreed with it. They should just call it 120 days. And that's the window to get stuff in, because they say 65 days, but it's business days. And then now you have to include that, and it comes to 90 days. Well, 90 days are going to come and go, and they're still not going to be ready, because their lead times are extending more and more. They ought to just come out with it, and right out of the gate, 120 days before you actually see the cards again. And they're trying to control the flow of cards coming in by doing all of these price fluctuations and all these things coming in and out, changes. But it's, to me, it's like they've caused all of this on themselves, coming off of a humongous backlog through the pandemic type of thing, and now partnering with GameStop. And I think that's where the problem started to backlog, is once they partnered with GameStop, it seems like the flow of cards coming in just got a little too much. And then once again, they bit off more than they can chew. And here we are again, having to backlog and not get cards on time, and having to not send stuff in anymore. And it's a nightmare. I know, I talked highly of them in my last video, but hey, I can call it like it is. I can give my opinion on what I see and what I'm understanding to be what's going on here, and it's not good. I don't like to see this type of thing, and it's actually frustrating. I have a stack of cards here that I was wanting to send in, and it's, I'm waiting for a good deal on the collectors club. I have a subscription through them, and just the last couple of months hasn't really been worth it sending anything in. There's no real deal that's actually happening by joining the members club. So I have to really now reconsider that. What am I going to do now? Am I going to get a partial refund? Am I going to get, no, they raised the rates last year to $150 a year. And that's just like, man, that's just a lot to take in. And lastly, I want to end with this, and that is Pokemon having and breaking away from sports card shows. I think there's an emphasis of card shows. There is a need and a demand for Pokemon card shows, and that is exclusive. I believe it's going to start happening more and more. Trends that you see. I know Bo over at 1 Million Cubs. He's a show promoter out in his region. He recently did a show that was Pokemon only, and the house was packed. He was able to fill a hundred table show with no problem, and the end result was just a very successful show. And I give kudos to Neo Cards and Comics, who recently went to a TCG show, and he went more as an observer, and he basically was just checking things out, and he gave a fabulous report on his observations. And what he seemed to think is that um, it was very refreshing for him to be at a card show where collecting was the focus, where he says the majority of people are walking around with binders, and they're looking to complete slots in their sets and that sort of thing. Whereas there was just a healthy innocence about the show, that he found refreshing. And here's what I'm kind of gathering as I listen to Bo, and I listen to Neil, and listen to others. And it's just, I think the biggest change is in the parents. As the parents entered the space with their children, and the parents supported their children's hobbies, they started to notice that the prices on the For sports cards, it was just a little too high. And just the adult natured theme of everything, kind of the gold gambling type of lottery system that we have, I believe has turned some parents off, and they have gradually shifted their kids to the more innocent type of collecting of Pokemon cards. And I believe this is much more supported by parents and their kids in the collecting community. I'm just speculating, but I can see that really being the case. Also, I hear just recently found out is that when it comes, I'm thinking because you look at PSA's numbers and you look at the gem rate numbers between TCG and sports cards, there are more TCG cards being graded now than sports cards. And I'm like, what the? It's a game. We're supposed to be playing a game. That's what this whole thing is designed about. But when you look at it, the market for Pokemon cards is when you look at the set registry, and I didn't know this till here recently, but the TCG side of the set registry apparently is pretty big. So that could be another big driving force of getting all of these cards graded because we have now set collectors trying to put this stuff together. Those are my thoughts on that topic, anyways. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that's what it could be because I'm trying to wrap my head around this, trying to understand what's going on. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to Neo's video in the show notes as well, because I want you to listen to his observation about these card shows. And I found his take very insightful, and I found his opinion very valid on the grand scheme of things. Well, listen, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like the topic of the rookie card, please consider subscribing. At the very least, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate you tuning in. Remember, my friends, that not all rookie cards are created equal. Until next time, buenos nachos, muchachos.